with a dollar bill.
Yeah,
sign
that's what
on
I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Were those a thing in real life?
I want to know what
Is
a
that how-
girl at.
Is that how banks transported money back in the day?
I think that I mean,
Just say, what's in that?
1930s Hollywood movies would lead me to believe so. You feel?
All
It
the
was in
money.
everything. Them sacks of bags, even in old westerns. I got you to watch Cherokee Kids. Speaking about westerns, I'm pretty sure the show has started, so I'm just gonna go into some shit.
Oh yeah, it has for 59 seconds.
Exactly. They had them old bags of money. That's what made me think about it. Every goddamn old Western had that sack of money with the dollar sign. I don't know if it's real or not, or if that's just Hollywood, but
They're like, how can we show that there's money in these sacks?
exactly. Because there's not real money in the sacks.
Oh, that's you remember the key to writing good writing is show, not tell.
Show, not
So
tell.
now you don't have to say the characters don't have to say, hey, there's money in these
Hey,
sacks.
look at these big sacks of money. They do that anyway,
You
but just in case you missed it, here's a big dollar sign on the sack with the money.
Well, anyways, I'm Rhino.
And I'm Bobby Z.
I forget where the hard camera is sometimes over here. It's there.
I know, right?
I was
We
like-
still getting used to the new setup
Yeah.
with the camera, but I still love it.
Yes, and I was like, where's the hard
Exactly.
camera? I feel like it's better. We're more engaged. I don't feel like I'm just kind of staring off into space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I didn't really know what to do with my hands back then. I was
That
kind of like
part,
Ricky
that
Bobby.
part. Yeah. Shake it, bake, shake it, bake.
Jake, you've never even seen that movie.
I haven't seen the goddamn movie, but I've seen enough clips. Shake it, bake.
That's like half the movie, so you're doing okay.
Some shake and bake, baby Jesus. Oh, goodness. But you know me, I just love a fucking couch.
I know.
Yes. The couch. He was like, sit over here today. I was like, yes, sir. We like a couch.
I got a little swivel chair.
Yeah. No, I love the chairs. The chairs are real comfortable too. But you know me, I like a couch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
So what the
We
hell
done talked about, I was gonna say, we done talked about everything. Well, I've talked about movies a little bit and all the money that Elon Musk don't have.
We're gonna get sued. Luckily, they're sponsored today.
Exactly. For someone who's like, apparently you're buying Twitter to save free speech. I mean, you kind of have like popped off on the guns when people have said shit about you and like came with some lawsuits real quick. So I'm just saying.
So what the hell are we talking about today?
We are talking about, I told you, we're talking about Matthew McConaughey.
We're not doing a whole day about
We're just going to do a whole day of Matthew McConaughey movies. It's going to be fabulous. They're going to love it. I'm going to love it. It's the Matthew
you
McConaughey
did not
day.
run this by me.
You the one who came up with the idea.
As a
motherfucker, I called you on the phone. I said, what movie we talking today? Talking about today? And you said, let's just talk about it. No, I said, let's talk about Interstellar because I finally got your ass to watch Interstellar. And then it was like, we could talk about Killer Joe too because we didn't talk about it on the last episode. You were like, let's just have a Matthew McConaughey episode. I was like, yo.
All right. Did you ever see him?
All right.
Did you ever see him in Texas Chainsaw, The Next Generation?
What?
Yeah, he was in it. I think it's like the 5th or 6th Texas Chainsaw.
So that
Massacre
had to
movie.
be like what, in the 90s?
Yeah, early 90s. He's also
early
co-stars Renee
90s.
Zellweger.
Really?
Yeah, it's before they're famous. It was one of those movies that got made
Remember? Okay.
and
go
got
ahead.
like this
Yeah.
movie fucking sucks.
Exactly.
Even though Matthew McConaughey choose the scenery, it's kind of funny.
Like Jennifer Aniston randomly being in Leprechaun.
Yeah, well, so what happens is they kind of shelf it.
Mhm.
Then both of them become big stars, so they bring it back out and slap their
and just
fucking
put it all over the place.
dead center. Yeah, kind of like what that shitty movie of Monster and Mazes and Monsters. The one that fucking Tom Hanks did when he was a little kid about
Oh, yeah.
like young adults when he was the terrors of
Absolutely.
Dungeons and Dragons. How it's going to leave your kid to hell.
Yes. People forget that was a thing. I was very happy. There was something that, like, about me, like, just the young child in me, that was just watching the new season of Stranger Things. And that was just absolutely living for all the parents, like, oh, you're going to go to hell, blah, 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 blah. Because I was a nerd, and I was really big into nerd culture. And I just remember everything just being, like, so satanic. And it's weird because we grew up in the fucking 90s. So people were actually really starting to come out with some of that, like, actual stuff. I'm just like, I'm pretty sure, because that don't look like World of Warcraft. That don't look like Dungeons and Dragons. They used to go off on Lord of the Rings. And you know, that's all some Jesus stuff.
Yeah.
You feel? Harry Potter.
Yeah, I was at Christian school when Harry Potter came out.
Exactly.
It was funny. The first year, whoops.
Ooh. You knew you were supposed to silence your phone.
I sure did.
I love how this just society, we go through trends and switches because J.K. Rowling used to be so propped up by the left, because her book, it was a Christian story, but it was also very like racially inclusive. Dumbledore was gay and then all of that stuff. And then as time has progressed and gone by, shit just changes. Just changes. It flip. But I remember all the sentiments about Harry Potter and it just being about devil worship and leading your kids to hell and all of that stuff. And it's just amazing how the right just like loves her now. But I remember in 5th grade, my principal, like because so many parents were complaining, hey, Papa Scott, so many parents were complaining about having Harry Potter books on campus. And he was like, I mean, what? The kids can read the Chronicles of Narnia. They read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They read Lord of the Rings. They read Harry Potter. What the hell is wrong with Harry Potter? Like, seriously, like, get the fuck over it.
Well, I was at Christian schools before my phone really interrupted us. And for the first year they were out, nobody cared. And then there was a big stink about it like the following year.
Exactly. It's going to teach my kids the witchcraft. And you know what? I'm just going to say this, America. This is where everything went downhill when parents started getting up and saying, I don't want my kid learning this in school.
Well, I'm just going to put that there. I still don't know how Flowers for Algernon ended.
Okay. That's the World War II book, right?
Nope.
No?
It's about the special kid and his like...
What's the World War II one that they're trying to get rid of?
The Diary of Anne Frank.
Are they trying to get rid of Anne Frank?
One of the schools did.
And no, it was like, okay. It was something like that. But as soon as you imagine like somebody walking into an institution of learning and saying, I don't want my kid to learn. Okay, well then you don't want your kid in school. If it's something that's going on in the world, they supposed to learn about it. That's the fuck where they supposed to learn about it. What you mean I don't want my kid learning? Harry Potter was a major phenomenon. So yeah, the kids are going to be talking about it in school. They're going to be learning about it in school.
Speaking of major phenomenon.
What
started last night?
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon. Don't watch it though. You're going to go to hell.
It was good.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it
very much. I know we talked about it. I've been very, very apprehensive about this series, just kind of seeing I think everybody's been apprehensive because we all know just how bad
season 8. What the fuck are you talking about? Season 7 was.
Season 7 was bad. Season 7 at least has some moments that were like,
what?
I like the episode where they go in the High Garden, where she comes in the High Garden and with the dragon. They done just robbed High Garden. They done took all the shit. Yeah. You know what? I like the episode before, though, when Grandma Tyrell reveals to Jamie, it was me. I fucking did it. I didn't know it was going to be like that. Like, I'm sorry. It was painful. But yeah, I did it. Tell Cersei. I want her to know it was me. And I'm just like,
also, I still don't understand. High Garden has one of the most formidable armies in the realm. Why did they play it off like they didn't?
I know. That was kind of really Baratheon's whole strength was that he had High Garden.
War was never our strength. What the fuck are you talking about?
That was some absolute bullshit. The whole point of why Renly Baratheon actually had a legitimate challenge.
He had High Garden.
Exactly. And Stannis had to go use some goddamn witchcraft to do what he had to do was because not only did he have half of the Baratheon army, which by the way, y'all know they from Valyria, but he also had the whole of High Garden behind him. The whole of High Garden behind him. They were actually a formidable force. That was something to be reckoned with. And the only reason why Tywin Lannister is able to actually crush Stannis is because after Stannis does what he does to Renly, what's his name? Little Tyrell. Loras Tyrell is like, fuck it, I just want revenge. I don't even care anymore. Fuck it. Joffrey's king. Fuck it. Crush Stannis.
God, they do him dirty in the show.
Oh, they do him so dirty.
They do Loras so dirty.
So I'm reading the books, and we talked about it. Renly Baratheon is now my favorite character. I always knew he was going to be big, because it always talks about how the Baratheon men are just so big of stature. Mm-hmm. But it's not just his size that they fucked up with in the show. His character. They fucked up his character 100%. He's hilarious. He's big. He's strong. He's funny. He has no problem checking his brother on his bullshit. Yeah. That part where he's like, counting coppers. He doesn't say it like, counting coppers. It's like, really, yep, he and them counting coppers. Like, he's always like egging people on. He gives Joffrey so much fucking shit. So much. He's like that uncle. He's the fun uncle. He's big and he's boisterous and he just happens to be gay. They had to make him all sensitive and sweet and shaving his chest hair and shit.
It's only implied.
Yeah.
It's never straight up said.
Yeah. But yeah, Loras Tyrell too. He's a big hulking knight. You know, they should have got a Hemsworth to
He's
play
not hulking.
him. He's kind of big.
His brother Galen's bigger.
Yeah, that's
Loras
true.
is not a huge man.
Yeah.
He's
But he's still like a knight.
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
a really good knight. That's why he joins the Kingsguard in the books.
Exactly. They just had him all sensitive and stuff, and I'm just like, this is what happens when straight people try to direct gay shit.
I had more problems with him banging that prostitute that Baelish gets to like. I had that. That was my problem. I didn't care for.
Okay.
Because Loras joins the Kingsguard because his lover dies.
Yeah, 100%.
He'll never find out that after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They did him so dirty. God.
Yeah, they did it so dirty. Oh my God, what's up, DB Square? What's up? But you know what? Actually, and this is kind of, like I said, I was very apprehensive about House of the Dragon. Once I found out that they had nothing to do with it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm on board.
They have nothing to do with anything. They lost all their jobs because fucking
Bye, Felicia Ho.
How bad the backlash was.
Exactly. That's what you get for rushing the shit. We all know you rushing shit, so you can jump over on Star Wars.
They didn't rush it.
They did.
They did and they didn't. It took 2 years.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It took 2 years for you to come up with that? That was the bullshit.
Damn,
HBO was begging you, let's just do 10 seasons. They could have did a whole fucking 4-year break. And we talked about this. Giving R. Martin some time to actually come up with what he wants to come up with and shot something actually good.
He's never gonna finish those books.
He's never going to finish the books. But I'm glad that he's actually working with them on the show, like directly. And it showed. It showed. The character interactions were amazing. I told you I only had one complaint.
What?
The CGI was so goddamn terrible.
But that's across the board in all shows.
It's across the board.
CGI is reverting.
Exactly. I had to tell everybody because She-Hulk's been getting a lot of shit because it's She-Hulk, and I had to let everybody know.
It has nothing to do because it's She-Hulk.
Exactly. It has nothing
to.
My critique of She-Hulk has nothing to do with the fact that it's She-Hulk. My critique of She-Hulk is that the CGI looks so goddamn cheap and terrible. And I'm sitting here watching House of the Dragon, and I'm looking at the scenes with the dragons and all this. I'm just like, how did they look better in Game of Thrones? You know, when they did their dragon fire, they used actual pyrotechnics.
I'm not sure how. I feel like it's oversaturation of the market, overworked market. Because
I feel like they just letting interns do it
visual
to
effects,
save coin.
They're doing it to cut costs, but at the same time, those poor visual effects artists are so overworked.
They're so overworked.
And because there's so many popping up,
exactly.
You're getting underpaid, overworked.
Underworked and overpaid. I mean, other way around.
Take those words, 69 them.
Exactly. Yeah. You knew what I meant. Overworked, underpaid.
Yeah.
Shit, that's all of America though right now.
That's the video game industry.
Exactly. Give us some money, goddammit.
In a big sack.
In a big sack.
A big sack with
the dollar signs on it. We want them. Where to go, lad? I want to know where to go. Everybody see Leprechaun say yeah, yo? You not going to say yeah? Okay, well then fuck you then.
No. But I do have an artist rendition.
Well, that's what we came to see. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that was really my only complaint about House of Dragon.
I would recommend anyone to check it out.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
No, check it out. Check it out 100%. My thing to the studios is stop relying so heavily on the goddamn CGI. I'm more here for story and character arcs anyways.
Well, also, what does hurt though about this is they can't actually, I think they're going to have to cut back on the CGI budget since they're going to require so much more CGI because there's going to be way more fucking dragons in this one.
Right. Absolutely.
You had what, 3 dragons?
Yeah, there are going to be more dragons.
We're still in the height of the Targaryen Empire.
Everybody got fucking dragons. So, But they did scale them down. They are a little bit smaller. You can kind of see, the progression of that going into that.
Well, they're supposed to be starting getting smaller.
Yeah. Exactly. Like right around this time, I was like, okay, I'm doing the math and I'm looking at it and I'm praying once again.
Yeah, because I can't remember when the disaster at Summerhall is.
Mm-hmm.
That happens towards the end of the Targaryen line, somewhere like 80 years or something.
Ooh, that scene in Harrenhal. I was trying to figure out, I was like, where the hell are they in these decrepit ass rooms? I mean, they really made Harrenhal look. Now, Harrenhal looked amazing. There was a lot of things, like I thought the Dragon Pit, the CGI of the Dragon Pit, it looked stupid on the outside. It did. It looked dumb. It looked like it didn't fit well. Some of the costumes were a little cheap looking.
Damon's armor.
Damon's armor. Exactly. The bat wings was all flat. I was like, I don't know if y'all intended for them wings to be flapping, but they definitely flapping.
Yeah, you can tell that was foam rubber that they...
You could totally tell. And that's my thing. Less is fucking more. You could have gave him some sick ass fucking dragon armor without those fucking wings.
Yeah, but they're all all the depictions of like all the Targaryen armor has that stupid wings.
Exactly.
Like Rhaegar had those wings as a trident.
That's cute. That's cute.
Dude, the Targaryens were always ostentatious, and they did.
Yeah, I know. There's ostentatiousness, but if you can't make it look good, you know, this is giving me 100% gladiator rubber dagger vibes.
Well, what's funny to me is you could make the helmet metal and the rest foam rubber.
And the rest foam rubber. Yeah, absolutely. You know, shit. Yeah, you could have came up with some aluminum.
Aluminum.
It's not that heavy. We gonna make you an aluminum helmet. It's gonna have the aluminum wings, and it's not gonna be flapping. Unless the flapping was, if the flapping was intentional, then I say job well done. Because maybe that's part of Valyrian magic, the magic of Valyrian steel. Like if you needed to flap, it's gonna flap for you, baby.
They were just shaking.
Yeah, they were just like, like, oh my God. And this is like, if you don't have the budget for it, just don't do it. Because you don't want it to look cheap.
They have the budget. They've spent a fortune on this fucking show.
They've spent a fortune on it. But that's the thing. If you got to cut back, that's the shit you can cut back on. You know?
Mm-hmm. I will say
don't cut back on paying the CGI people.
I will say the costumes, costumes were a little...
It was them wigs though for me.
Those wigs.
Them wigs. I loved it. Corvallis, Valerion. I thought he looked great with the dreads. Like, that was absolutely fine. But the children, them tacky-ass white wigs that y'all had on there, first of all, let me just let y'all know something, okay? White silver hair, yes, there are a lot of Valyrians who had it, but that was mostly a Targaryen trait. Valyrians also had purple hair, they had orange hair,
black hair,
blah, blah, blah.
They had all the
exactly,
hair.
Black hair. The Baratheons have the solid black hair, and they're from Valyria.
Yeah.
Why you have these kids in these white-ass wigs?
Because they don't know any better.
They don't know any better.
They're Targaryen.
I would have loved it. I would have let them kids have some, like, very, very, like, the boy should have had short hair, and it could have been like a bluish indigo purple. Something. She could have had a long, some cute.
Well, one of the hairs could have been white, because the mom's Targaryen.
Yeah, the mom's Targaryen.
Rhaenys.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could have, one of the kids could have had long silver hair.
Exactly.
But, yeah, damn it.
Something.
Listen.
But you know what? I was a little concerned about how how it would look. What they were going to lean in on the show. I really very much like the character interactions, and I like the casting. I love seeing Reese Ifans and shit. Yes. I love seeing him in things.
He was great in the Replacements.
He's always been one. Yeah, Notting Hill. He's always been one of my favorite actors. I told you I used to think that him and Paul Bettany were brothers.
Could see it.
Exactly, right? I did. They look so much alike.
Lanky British dudes
who are both funny. Well, they're both funny. They're both hilarious, and they both have like very same energy, kind of same look, you know. But I love seeing him in things, and I love that they're going with some of the like houses that we weren't so familiar with in the first series, you know.
Well, you're not going to get much of the Northern Lords in this.
No. We had, I should say, what was it? Rickon Stark.
Yeah,
Rickon Stark. Yeah, and that's fine. We don't need all that. We've got that, you know. I'm not gonna give away too much, but that little ending part was a little much.
It was.
You could have just been like Azor Ahai. You know?
People don't know what that is.
Well, then get to know what the fuck it is. If you a Game of Thrones fan and you don't know who the fuck Azor Ahai is, well, you ain't a Game of Thrones fan, goddammit.
Spoiler alert, it's Arya Stark, apparently.
That fucking part. I guess. I mean, I guess.
Because remember, she'll shut.
So unnecessary.
Green eyes, brown eyes, and blue.
Man, it was originally brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes. That's what she originally fucking said. And then they made it brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes.
Bullshit.
Shut the fuck up, Melisandre, your old ass.
That was bad writing.
That was bad writing. That was bad writing. But she's about a 200-some-year-old woman, so maybe she just got the Alzheimer's. She was like, well, shit, I meant to say the blue eyes last.
Because she was so worried about the fucking long night. Mm-hmm. She would have snatched that kid up immediately if she saw that.
Period. She would have snatched him up and had him stand this like it was nothing. This girl is important to us. Come on, y'all.
That was bad.
Yeah, DB Square, what the fuck? But you know what? There is something, at the end of the episode, it did say in weeks to come, which I'm very, very excited about, because it looked like there was going to be some age up
a time
and
jump.
Time,
it looked like a time jump might happen.
And the reason why I'm excited for this is because I thought this was going to be its own like singular, or like an actual series with like multiple seasons. I'm not sure, But I really, really hope they're going for it. And we've talked about this, just doing mini series of all the stories that happen in Westeros. Because you have House of the Dragon. You could do the Blackfire Rebellion, which lasted a couple of generations. You can do Aegon's Conquest. You can do the Doom of Valyria. You can do the First Long Night with Bran building the wall. And everybody's been talking about it. I wouldn't want to see Robert's Rebellion as a full series.
It doesn't have the legs.
It doesn't have the legs for a full series. But if you wanted to do it as a mini series, that would be great. And I said this last night, and this is why I'm excited about it. And I hope they just end up doing a bunch of mini series with Game of Thrones. I'm holding out. This is the longest shot ever.
Yeah.
You know this. But I mean, they did redo Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League movie, and everybody absolutely loved it. I would like to see an R.R. Martin creative direction redo of the last season. I'll probably never get it. I'll never get it, but it's a pipe dream. A girl can dream. I'm hoping for it.
They could totally redo it. It doesn't have to be George R.
I
Martin.
mean,
Just
yeah,
someone
they
who
could
cares.
just someone who actually has the creative vision to do the story justice. You know, because that's not what we deserved.
No, that's not what the actors deserve.
That's not what the actors deserve.
crew
Exactly.
deserved. That's
Nobody deserved this.
Nobody deserved this.
All because y'all wanted to rush off and go do a motherfucking Star Wars series, and Disney fired your ass. How about that?
Yeah, it was bad.
Period.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's I'm a firm believer of, you know, finish what you start, which is interesting because I start a lot of shit.
Yeah, we barely finished these episodes.
That part. But no, if you gotten that close to the fucking finish line, and it's such a beloved, you know, situation and series and blah 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 blah, do it justice. Send it off properly. Y'all they rushed the shit. 2 years for that.
I know.
2
It
years for that.
reminded me of like a kid.
It's got to take 2 years because we got to shoot everything at nighttime.
There was like 3 seasons at night.
Winter was one day.
Yeah, one long day.
Winter
That was
is
an
coming.
hour.
Winter is leaving. Ned Stark.
All I know is
It's been 24
Yeah.
hours. Winter is gone. It ain't even snowing in goddamn King's Landing no more. What
Like,
fucking snow?
I feel like the winter was like, I'm sorry, that's never happened to me before.
Exactly.
You're just so pretty.
yeah. Saw Daenerys came and went too quick.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh, she's hot. She made that ice melt. Yeah.
yeah, considering the next scene took place in the desert. So yeah.
Exactly. I was like, ooh, I guess no Night King, no winter. Yay. Oh, gosh. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. You know, we can talk about Maximus Liberty. I told you, let me have some water. You can say something too, shit.
I have been
Just let
saying
me go
stuff.
pop off the gum.
I'm just, why are you drinking it like that?
Because I don't want to smudge my lipstick.
So anyways, back to what we were originally talking about. Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. Yes. Oh, Matt Smith. Because I think we
Oh,
all,
okay.
yeah.
Damon Targaryen.
Damon Targaryen. I'm loving him as a villain. I told you I'm a
I don't
big
think he's
Matt
a
Smith
villain.
fan. I mean, he's not a villain. There's I think he's just really concerned.
Let's be honest. There's no real villain yet.
There isn't. I
There's
think
no real
yeah,
protagonist
absolutely.
either.
He's really just concerned about, you know, his house. I think he can see it. He can see the weakness and he can see the decay.
Yeah, he will like.
And he's like, I'm
the
just
shit he
trying
pulled-
to. Yeah.
Spoiler alert: the shit he pulls with the gold cloaks
Mhm.
is very Tywin-esque. That's what Tywin would have
It's
done.
very Tywin-esque.
Tywin's
And I'm
like,
going to give him a round of applause.
My house is looking weak.
Exactly.
We'll show these fuckers.
Absolutely. You know.
So let's
and
go
we just,
chop
I
some
have
dicks off.
that part. I mean, hey, murderers, rapists, thieves.
Now we just hope we got the right people. That's the only thing.
That's all. That is true.
I was like, those-
now I
those
like
were
the
the right
methods,
people,
but
right?
can we talk about the efficacy?
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure.
we got the right folks.
You know, I hope y'all just didn't say, "Oh yeah, that's the one over there."
You're just some asshole walking the street. Hey,
No, I'd
what's
be
up,
like,
guys?
"Now hold up, now."
I
Oh,
think that was
goodness.
implied that maybe they didn't get the right people. And they were
Yeah, like some of it could have been like innocent people.
well, they were just kind of
said.
rounding a bunch of people up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but shit, they was clearly in Lowtown. They know who's who, you know. They went and talked to whoever the Peter Baelish equivalent or the Lord Varys equivalent is. Who's the spider? That's the thing. We don't know who the goddamn spider and the Master
I
of Whispers
don't
is
think the
yet.
Masters of Whispers, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
is. I think it's a relatively new position. But
No. It's always a Master of Whispers, honey.
Even Aegon had a Master of Whispers?
Yeah. That's some old school shit.
I don't know.
They had Master of Whispers when they weren't all 7 kingdoms. You know, when they were just individual kingdoms.
I don't know, because they didn't have
Everybody got to know the tea. That's how you get the morning report. The king got to be informed. So I'm sure they knew who, you know, but I'm sure it was also, once again, while I approve of the methods, I am curious about the efficacy. You know?
Fair enough.
But I told you, like, I'm a big fan of his. I have got to get you into The Crown, at least if not to watch those.
I don't want to watch The Crown.
Every 2 seasons, they bring in a new cast.
Yeah, okay.
And that first, like I said, the first season, Matt Smith is playing Prince Philip. And just everything he gives to the character, everything that he gives to the role, he really does his part to bring the crown into the 20th century, you know? Which I mean, the man has flaws. They don't shy away from it. They do not shy away from, you know, his Nazi family. They do not shy away from how horrible of a father he was to Charles. But there's something about how he is as a husband with Elizabeth that really kind of helps her get her queening on, you know? And even though he's insecure about it, because as a man, he's like having to be second to his wife, he's really good at helping her kind of like navigate how to rule and have power without shit like blowing up in your goddamn face. He's one of her best advisors. And it's got all the other advisors get so mad at him. They're just like, this guy's a shit. He's not even English, but she recognizes how smart he is. And they really did a great job of bringing that character in. And it shows just how crucial Philip is to the success of her reign. And just, I'm sorry, the elements that Matt Smith, that he brought to it as an actor.
You're apologizing.
No, because I know you're like, I don't want to fucking watch it. I don't want to fucking watch it. Nigga, you didn't want to watch motherfucking Interstellar, but we watched it.
Yeah, but
and
Interstellar
it was
is a show. It was great, but it's a 3-hour movie. I'm not watching a fucking series about the British.
It's only 8 like episodes.
I don't care about the fucking British royal family. I've never.
You don't have to care about the British royal family. That's not the point.
They could all disappear tomorrow, and I'd be like, oh well.
The point is not about the British royal family. The point is to just look at what the actors did and how they told the story. Because there's plenty of people in the crowd who's like, that never happened. I don't like this show. Okay, don't like it.
See, I'm one of them.
It's Hollywood. It's still creative. It's still creative direction. It's going to be somebody's take on what happened.
Okay, great.
You know, from their perspective. But it's really good.
Well,
it's really good. And I love Matt Smith.
Okay.
He's good. I'm excited to see what he does with this character. I'm already happy to see. I'm already good.
I like that anyone else would have said he was Doctor Who. But you can't.
No, who the fuck watches Doctor Who?
It's been like one of the longest running shows
and
ever.
So is all them CSI movies. That don't movies. So is all them CSI shows. That don't mean shit. What? They're not good.
But The Crown.
Actually, you know what? Because Tanya been having me watch Bones. I'm a little intrigued. It's not so bad. It's not as bad as Chicago Fire, which I only watched because it got Steve from Sex and the City.
Okay. Anyways, back to Matthew McConaughey, which we were supposed to
Matthew McConaughey. Yes, let's get into the meat of the episode. We done talked about shows. Interstellar.
It was great.
You finally got to, yes.
Well, I don't like Christopher Nolan.
I know, and I told you this is his best movie.
I know people say like, oh, how do you...
I don't like Christopher Nolan. I don't like Christopher Nolan. Everybody can sit up there and talk about... They love Inception. People love Inception.
I didn't like Inception.
Yeah, here's my problem.
I didn't like Batman Begins, and I didn't like Dark Knight Rises.
No. I like Dark Knight. It's the only one of the series
and
that
it
I
has
watch.
Flaws. It just has...
Yeah, it totally has flaws.
Like the scene...
It's not... The flaws are not that big.
Yeah, they are. The scene that makes no sense to me, and I've tried to fucking wrap my head around it all the time. Why do they fake Jim Gordon's death? It does nothing. It's the stupidest fucking fake out ever.
I mean, I guess.
What purpose does it serve?
I mean, they think they got him.
That does what?
Because Joker was after him.
But what does it do? What does the fake out death do?
It allows them to trick Joker so they can get him.
But they didn't need Jim Gordon's fake death to do that exact same trick.
I have to rewatch it to go more in depth. We gonna revisit this one definitely. My only real upset with the movie was Michael Jai White.
He's not in it that long.
He's not. I'm just like, why is he here? Why is he here? I like seeing Debo on the bus though, or on the boat. He just throws it out the window. Thank you, Debo. Thank you. He's like, I'm gonna be honest. If I was on the boat with like the family and the kids, you know, they make the guy seem like the asshole. I'm like, but there are children here. So if I was the inmate on the other boat, I'd be like, I mean, yeah, it sucks. I'm in prison, but we're all prisoners. There's kids on that boat. I'm tossing this shit the fuck out. Why is this even a conversation? Why? You know, now the other group, it can be up to them whether or not they blow it up. And my dumb ass would have just did. Shit, they went to jail. But at the same time, if I was a prisoner, I'd be like, I'm not prisoner. It's kids on the boat. This is not that hard of a moral dilemma. Now the people with the family would have a hard time. But I'd be like, oh well.
Damn.
This is it. If I'm on the prison boat, all right, I'm dying today. Oops, this was shitty. If I'm on the boat with the kids, all right, they dying today. Oops, this is shitty.
Damn, you one cold motherfucker.
I said what I said. I'm sorry. It's not that hard to me. There's kids on this boat. That's the win. The kids get to live, period. Oh, goodness. Oh, Lord, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyways, back to Interstellar.
Back to Christopher Nolan.
Okay.
Everybody brings up Inception. I don't know why they loved it. It was so convoluted, and yet it didn't go anywhere.
Let me cut you off.
What?
Does anyone actually really bring up Inception?
No, yeah. A lot of people love it.
I've not heard
A lot of people talk about, that's his best movie. People talk about the Batman movies as the Batman movies, but they talk about it in terms of other Batman stuff. I have not heard
anybody talk about Inception.
Yeah, a lot of people really love Inception.
Except for two things. The fucking meme with
yeah,
fucking Leonardo DiCaprio.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. No one's ever talked about that movie anymore.
Child, people be talking about the Inception, honey.
I guess.
They be talking about it. They be talking about it. But I would say my biggest problem with Inception is it's such a convoluted story. But in the dream world, it doesn't go anywhere.
No, it's kind of, yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, your dreams literally, like the biggest thing in your dream was the city turning upside down. Like, what kind of fucking dreams do you have? And I told you, I used to have dreams as a kid, like the whole ass apocalypse was coming, because that was big in the 90s with the Left Behind series. And I'd be fighting the Antichrist. Of course, I lived in a Christian Baptist house.
They've tried to make that movie like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
And every time the Kirk Cameron did it once.
I was going to say, yeah, they did one with Kirk Cameron. They tried to do it as a TV series with Bill Pullman. Gross.
Is Bill Pullman that poor?
Hard times. You don't know hard times. I just tell everybody, I'm not going to hell for being gay. I'm not going to hell for reading Harry Potter. I'm going to hell for supporting Ric Flair because he was the cute one. But you know what, Dusty Rhodes? You're right, because America's going through hard times.
Yes.
I should have worn my John Cena shirt today.
I'm going to get you a Ric Flair shirt.
Thank you. It's a whole ass rap song. Ric Flair drip. That's my song. It's not my fault. Damn it. But no, he had Arn Anderson on the team.
They don't get along in real life.
Oh, good. That makes me feel a little bit better.
They don't.
Yes. Okay. I can go to hell, but with air conditioning. That's fine.
Okay.
I forgot how I got into all
No, so do I. I was just letting
No. Oh, yes, my dreams. So I would literally have...
Oh, yes, my dreams.
I mean, I done had plenty of dreams about all of them, but... My dreams, like, I would have, like, be fighting the apocalypse because it'd be, like, the end of the world, and, like, Goku and Spider-Man would be fighting with me. So I was looking at this dream world, like, of Inception, and I really thought he was going to go there with some concepts. And he really just kind of fell short. But it makes sense because I felt the same with Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises. It's like, you've got some great material to go off here with Batman villains and everything. You have so much to do, and you kind of dial it back because you want to have this like realism, which is interesting because it kind of, and I guess it works for the setting in Interstellar. Yeah. It works. We don't really know that much about space. We have theories and stuff about how things are going to go off and like what's going to happen and everything. Oh. But it's kind of, it sets it from a perspective of exploration. So it is, we all know our crazy ass dreams. Mm-hmm. We know that. we don't know. We don't really know what's out there in space. We as the characters, even though we know the science that they're talking about, because I love how they break down the science too, where it's like clearly it's scientific, but it's like science for dummies.
Oh yeah,
with relativity,
and completely wrong because like real physics is like this is not realistic at all.
Like what?
Like you can't have a planet that close to a black hole.
Oh no!
Shit don't work like that.
Not that. No. That's no. If there was a planet that close to the black hole, we'd only be able to live on it for like 5 minutes. You saw what happened to Homegirl because them big ass waves. I was like, y'all didn't calculate for that. The reason why these waves are so high is because the gravitational pull from that fucking black hole. Remember how she was saying like. So this astronaut literally probably just arrived an hour ago.
Yeah.
You know, that's the part that I like. They got the relativity right.
Yeah.
You know.
I like the acting. I even like the 45-minute cold open. It takes 45 minutes for the inciting incident to occur.
It does.
Which
absolutely.
in writing is really bad, but I actually enjoyed it.
No, it's a slow
writing
burn.
101, I'm sorry.
It's a slow burn. But it makes sense for the pacing of the movie. You know, and that's why I said, like, everybody talks about how long it is. Like, oh my God, it's almost 3 hours. Oh my God, it's almost 3 hours. I'm like, it makes sense. You're getting shit in 45-minute increments, you know, and it works. You need that relationship with him and Murph.
I also like the ambiguity of what this is. Like, we know there's like a famine. We know there's environment, but we don't know what caused it. There's no blame put. It's something
to do with climate change.
Yeah,
and what's
but they
going
never
on with the soils, but they don't dig too much into that science because they know it would be
over the face like some weird.
Exactly.
Shit's gone bad.
Exactly.
We need to figure out a way to save it.
They're not going to sit up there and be like, oh, you know, dinosaurs are released in the world, but what about these bugs? You know, they're just not going to overconflate the story with too much science.
Yeah, I don't know why any blockbuster would do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, you got a biggest problem as, you know, that you wouldn't have to worry about bugs. But okay, that's fine. Let's introduce some new shit to shit that don't need to be there. But that's, once again, in the way that Christopher Nolan, normally I would say he drops the ball by making it too simplistic with some of the stuff he goes for. I like in this movie, he does keep the story, the character interactions, their relationships, they're very simple. They're very simple at the human core. A dad worrying about his kids, trying to save his kids, making sure their school is good. Very, very basic level of storytelling, but building it on a world of complex issues. The crops are dying. All we can grow is fucking corn. You know? Yeah. And I like how they never actually figure out how to get rid of the dust. No. They're just like, we just got to get away from it. Get the fuck away from it. Because we can't cultivate crops. Our kids are getting sick from this shit. Yeah. Okay, Earth is not. It's time to go. Yeah. We got to figure out some kind of solution.
Really, at the end of the day, they don't really win.
Yeah.
You know, they just kind of
move on.
Yeah.
They move on and they find an avenue to help them move on. You know, but that's and I knew you would like it for that. Is that the relationship? It's very simple.
The acting is great. McConaughey, Hathaway, Chastain.
I told you that. Yeah.
Kane. They're all crush it.
Oh yeah.
Casey Affleck good in it too.
Yeah, 100%.
I even like Topher Grace.
Yeah. I know, right?
I was like, holy shit, it's Topher Grace.
Exactly. We don't ever like Topher Grace, nothing, but that was
I liked him in that 70s show.
Yeah, he was okay.
I just always hated him for Venom, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was, child. Ooh.
That wasn't his fault. They should have just casted him as that.
They shouldn't have casted him as that because that wasn't fucking Venom.
I just like to win a date with Tad Hamilton. I don't care what anyone says.
I don't remember that movie.
He really likes Kate Bosworth.
Oh, yeah.
But she wins a date with Josh Duhamel, who plays Tad Hamilton.
Yes. Well, okay. It's coming back to me.
It was cute. I like that movie.
What was the one where he was trying to date Dennis Quaid's daughter in The Office? That one was cute. You know what, Topher Grace? I ain't lying. I don't be hating on you. I just didn't like that.
Win a date with Quaid's daughter?
What it was? He wasn't Flash Thompson. He was who the hell?
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock. Thank you. It's been a while.
You have a Venom shirt. He's one of your favorites.
Yes, I do. Sorry. I always forget it because Flash Thompson ends up becoming Hobgoblin.
In some iterations, I think.
Yeah. Flash Thompson
becomes keep track of who becomes what half the time.
Exactly. You know Hobgoblin, he gets the Green Goblin serum and he comes for Peter Parker, you know, in the same kind of fucking way. You know, Harry becomes the second Green Goblin. Yes. But Flash Thompson becomes Hobgoblin. And I always forget because I think there was something where the symbiote tried to come for him too, but it wouldn't take.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's like, this guy's crazy. But I knew you would like Interstellar because at the root of it, the story it's very simple and it's something that everybody can relate to. I love John Lithgow and his interaction as the parent of the parent.
Yeah.
Like kind of gotten him through that. And this was the film for me where I was like, Jessica Chastain is going to get an Oscar. A lot of people thought Zero Dark 30 was just okay. I loved her in The Fucking Help. My problem with Zero Dark 30, it was highly inaccurate.
But the Crown being highly inaccurate is fine for you.
Shit, yeah, we ain't nothing down. But it tried to make it seem like all of those efforts that George Bush did to get Osama bin Laden turned out to be successful and all of this, and it really kind of didn't. I would have to take a rewatch of the movie.
Never saw it,
but it did.
I had no desire.
And it really was Obama who came in. He said, I don't think they're running a highly organized terrorist syndicate from some caves. I just don't think that's the thing. And they ended up finding him on a huge fucking compound with plenty of fucking internet in Pakistan. So we had to switch from the waterboarding shit, which got us nowhere. It got us all bad intel. Well, and the movie kind of bleeds it together, I think. Well, I'd have to go back and watch it.
It's proven time and time again that torture is not an effective.
No, they'll say anything to make it stop.
Please, just
exactly. Just stop. I'll tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear. That's it. That's right. You right.
Yeah.
You right. Leave
Great,
me alone.
We got the information.
Exactly. But she was great in it. But it was really Interstellar that I was like paying attention because that scene where she's like, "Did you know? Did you know?" And I'm like, did my father just leave us here to die? That's very painful. And just she just connects so much with that scene.
Well, I actually really love the character interactions. They're all done through, a lot of them are done through video recordings.
Through video recordings, yeah.
And it's just really well done. And it's like the pain of like the year gap.
Absolutely.
It works really well.
Yeah.
It's just well done.
Matthew McConaughey having to see his kids. And they're adults now.
Yeah, he's been gone for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just the psychological breakdown of that moment. And it's just like, yes. And that's McConaughey was on some good shit. Because I think this was before.
This is right as his turn started.
Yeah. This was when his turn started. But I still want to know what that movie was.
What, the one?
So after Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, he got offered another romantic comedy. He's like, I just didn't want to do it anymore. He talked to his wife about it. He ended up turning it down, and he was going to get $20 million for that role. And I'm very, very curious and I think he's not saying it because whoever else they got was probably a name, but I'm sure it wasn't for $20 million. They wanted him, and he ended up taking a break from acting, and he came back and started doing serious roles.
We can just like kind of pinpoint it through time.
You really can.
Yeah. Okay. Which romantic comedy was around? Oh God,
that part.
What could it have been?
Probably P.S. I Love You.
No,
no.
It wasn't that one with Sandra Bullock and Bradley Cooper, was it? Something about Steve or something? Because that was around the time Matthew McConaughey broke into serious roles.
Yeah. Did he do one with Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yeah. That was Failure to Launch.
Failure to Launch. Yeah. I was like, it wasn't that one. I was like, he could have been in that Failure to Launch movie because that was Bradley Cooper, but that was also Bradley Cooper. That was the earlier days of his career.
What are you talking about?
Bradley Cooper's in Failure to Launch.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's his friend. Actually, him and that was them two.
I saw Failure to Launch.
That part. Him and Doug, the one who they end up leaving behind in The Hangover.
Yeah,
they're Matthew McConaughey's friends in that.
Oof.
Yeah, and it's a cute film, but I'm really glad that he kind of sometimes you have to know when to say no.
Yeah,
to dial back. He realized he was getting typecast and shit.
He was all jokes about being just terrible.
Yeah,
but now True Detective, Interstellar,
True Detective. Oh my goodness, him and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
That was I need to see them
Dallas
duo
Buyers
again. Club. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm surprised they never worked together.
And poor fucking Jared Leto just cannot get a good part since goddamn Dallas Buyers Club.
I don't know. I loved him in Blade Runner 2049.
I fell asleep. I forgot he was in it. I gotta rewatch that one.
He was great in that. He chewed the scenery, but it worked.
He chewed this. Okay. Like, honestly, everybody gives him shit for his rendition of the Joker. That was the creative direction that Warner Brothers wanted to go in, and I still have some questions.
I don't fault anybody for that movie.
Me neither. It should have been rated the fuck R.
It was a mess.
Peacemaker fixed it, though. Peacemaker fixed it. You know what? No. What's his name? I'm blanking. James Gunn. You honestly, Warner Brothers, you want to put some shit together? You want to build a universe? Just let James Gunn do everything.
Yeah, let them do hard R rated.
Yeah, hard R horror hero movies.
Yep. I've said that
100%.
That Warner Brothers, instead of trying to be Marvel 2,
stop trying to be Marvel 2. You can't be Marvel 2.
No.
Disney got that family shit locked the fuck up.
It's slipping through their fingers. They keep doing bombs like She-Hulk and shit. They're gonna lose it.
That part.
Burnout. Thor made money but plummeted in sales compared.
Yeah. But other people who I know who have seen Thor, they liked it. And that's what makes me just wonder about things. I'm like, do y'all just like it because y'all like seeing the characters? Maybe.
I mean, I could see why a kid would like the new Thor.
That part. Remember one of our first fucking arguments, the first movie we argued over.
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3.
It sucked.
I wanted to love it because it was Spider-Man, and I was so like, I just love seeing more Spider-Man. But then as I got older, I'm looking at the movie like, this is terrible. This is not the Venom we deserved.
Well, that movie suffered from...
They had an emo Venom.
Well, that movie also...
Yeah.
It was bloated. Too many villains.
Exactly. It's one of those things where you're super happy to see something come to screen, but at the same time, you're so caught up within, oh my God, it's live action. I love it, blah, 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 blah. You're not thinking about the fact that it's not done right. You know, which, I mean, yeah, that can't hurt. People are kind of getting tired of the Disney shit. People getting tired of Warner Brothers shit. The shit that they doing with Harry Potter, I'm not seeing that fourth movie.
Let's put a pin in that Warner Brothers thing. Remind me. Because we got to talk about, after we're done talking our little Matthew McConaughey spiel, we got to talk about the big news about Warner Brothers Discovery HBO Max.
Yes, we do.
We have to get into that shit.
We do. I just want to go up to Warner Brothers. I have some motherfucking questions. Like, I have some questions.
Yeah.
What are y'all the fuck
doing? So anyways, you know what Matthew McConaughey movie we should talk about? Because nobody's ever heard of it.
Are we going to get into it?
Yeah, screw it.
Absolutely.
Because it actually fits more of our show.
I want some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You mean K-Fried C?
K-Fried C. Hello, K-Fried C. I like a bucket of legs.
If you've never heard of it, there's this movie called Killer Joe. It's rated NC-17.
Yes, it is.
And deserves every bit of that NC-17.
It deserves every bit. Child, I didn't think I'd be seeing Gina Gershon's bush again, but it was so lovely to see it on camera. Right in your face.
In like the first 2 minutes.
I love her.
Gina Gershon, Emile Hirsch.
Yes. Emile Hirsch. Whatever happened to Emile Hirsch?
He got in some trouble.
He got into some trouble?
Yeah, I can't remember what he did exactly, but he did something.
He didn't pull an Ezra, did he?
No, not that bad. But something that not super trouble, but enough for it kind of hurt his career.
I remember him some he got into a fight with something, but I didn't think it was like that big of a deal.
Whatever. But I always liked him.
Yeah, 100%. He was always solid. Yeah.
It's so good. It's NC.
And Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church.
I've always been, he was such a dickwad in fucking Georgia the Jungle, but I did think he was kind of handsome with them big ass
dickwad in this movie. They're all
dickwads. He is.
Killer Joe's a movie that literally every character fucking is awful.
Every character is a terrible person. I love it. I love it. There is no hero. You're all garbage.
They're all
Let's watch.
What the fuck are they watching?
Right? At some point, we do need to start introducing clips to the show. Because there's some shit I'd like to show.
I know. We are so lazy.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why Solomon puts up with our asses.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Right? Grandpa used to say, stop pretending like you got friends. I know you over there paying them. Damn, Grandpa.
But yeah, it's directed by William Friedkin.
Yes.
Who is best known for directing The Exorcist.
I talk about a comeback.
I mean, he did a bunch of stuff. But
yeah. It's been a while.
I mean, yeah, but NC-17, I was like, how did this movie get NC-17? Well, what?
Well, he really likes you.
Oh, yeah. Kicks the shit out of you. Really like.
Beat his ass. what was his name? Grady?
Something like that.
It was Grady, Gravy, Gurney, something.
Just let it go.
I don't know.
They don't need to know. But I'm just saying this. If you ever watch this fucking Killer Joe, guys, you will never look at Kentucky Fried Chicken the same again.
I know I won't.
He's been banned because of this movie.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. You know me. I've always been thighs and wings on the chicken.
Now you're a leg.
I'm a leg girl. It's just something about it. Some legs.
People are like, what the fuck?
What
fuck are they talking about?
You know what? But no.
What?
Just to go into Gina Gershon's career, she's always been one of my favorite actresses, and I'm going to tell you, she's kind of the one who sold me on the movie that we never got to
Showgirls?
do. Showgirls. Because I remember seeing her randomly in Shit and Kids as a kid, and I just loved her vibe, her energy. She's very, like, she has that sass, she has that comedic edge. I just love her as an actress, and just like everything that she gave in this film, I'm just like, yeah, she's perfect for it's very few actresses that can like really give that kind of raw, just real energy. Like Girl from the Streets. She bout that life. She bout that life. She bad it. You know, she does. She it transcends to film very well for her. So I've always been a big Gina Gershon fan. I love seeing her and stuff. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. You eat that chicken, girl.
You didn't really even eat it.
I did.
It's like, this movie does to KFC what American Pie did to apple pie.
True. Yes.
Yeah, see, that's a good.
Absolutely.
I understand that.
That's very, yeah.
Yep.
I like the way you put that.
Yep.
I like the way you put that. Yes. But not McDonald's apple pies. Not McDonald's.
No, homemade. But they even clarified that in American Pie.
Yeah.
Homemade apple pie.
Homemade apple pies. Yeah. Homemade apple pies.
Doesn't even. We'll just tell your mother we ate it all. Fucking things. I don't know watch those movies.
Was that American Wedding or? And you know what?
That was American Pie 1.
No. And American Wedding or American Reunion, where he covers it up, but it's with a see-through spaghetti pot.
That's American Reunion.
That's the thing, and I love the original American Pie. I love American Wedding, and I loved American Reunion. The second one was the only one I didn't like.
American Pie 2 suffers from what I call Hangover 2.
Yeah.
Where you try to redo the first one almost identically.
Exactly.
And
I like to call it Stranger Things 2.
Okay, same thing. Stranger Things 2, Hangover 2, American Pie 2. They're the same movie as the first one.
Exactly.
They didn't change enough to merit it.
It just didn't change enough. It's like you're calling it a sequel. It's just the first one, but like in a slightly different setting.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. Still the same shit.
Yes.
Yeah. And we talked about this so many times about how Hangover, just honestly, literally the second one, why did you try to go for that Vegas City vibe again? You could have did that shit in fucking Aspen. You could have did that shit. Could you imagine those drunk assholes running around Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
At Alan's wedding.
Exactly. Destroying all of that rich fucking New England shit.
They wake up and the whole town is like destroyed.
The whole town.
No.
Exactly.
Like
y'all done messed up Martha's Vineyard. And it's great because Martha's Vineyard is somewhere where a lot of politicians go. You could have had a slew of American senators. You could have had Hillary Clinton. Y'all boys better fix this town. Or Bill Clinton,
the only one that would had to be, you have to have Bill.
Yeah,
who drugged them all.
Bill.
It has to be Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton did it. Absolutely.
And then the big ending, he plays sax at Alan's wedding. Done.
Yeah. All right. It would have worked for the times. It would have.
You've never seen Dazed and Confused, have you?
I have seen Dazed and Confused. Yeah.
Young Matthew McConaughey in that.
That part. I ain't gonna say it.
What ain't you gonna say?
I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say.
What the hell are you gonna say?
Nothing. Matthew McConaughey's in a lot of things.
Yeah. He's had a stellar career.
I'm trying to think of what my favorite romantic comedy is with him, though. Because I really did like Failure to Launch. I went inside with my mom.
I did not.
She was like, this movie's about you. I was like, thanks, Mom.
Ow.
That part.
Damn.
You know the premise of the movie, right?
Yeah, he's failure to launch. He lives at home with his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're all like 30 and they all live at home with their parents.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, that's just the millennial way, but okay.
Yeah, sure it is.
Not my fault, Mom. Housing is expensive.
Anytime at McDonald's is expensive now.
McDonald's is expensive, especially them apple pies. But
yeah, no more 2 for $1 now.
No, I'd probably say it'd be a tie between Failure to Launch and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That's a classic one. I've always really just loved that movie. It's so fucking cute. And what is it?
Dallas Buyers Club.
No. Goldie Hawn's daughter.
Fool's Gold. Some gold.
She was in Fool's Gold with him and with that too, but
Yeah.
I'm so blanking on her name right now.
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson!
Oh, you don't know the name of her.
Yes.
Yeah, Kate Hudson.
Yes, Kate Hudson. I fucking love Kate Hudson. She's amazing. I would love to see her get a little bit more too and get her out of the...
She does all that, like, advertising stuff. She's got some super successful company.
Right.
Super successful. Oh, God. But yeah.
I miss the 2000 teens
Why?
because it was life before COVID and fucking romantic comedies used to be great. And Jennifer Aniston was still the Aveeno lady. And times were just good. Romantic comedies have kind of been really, really, really shitty lately.
Well, yeah, some of the ones I watched, like, especially like some like
yeah.
I forget what the hell's that one they made for, oh God, what was it called? Nina Dobrev is in it, and oh God, it was about the catfish. I can't remember. It was so bad.
Yeah, it's been a while since it's been like a good romantic. There's not even a romantic comedy season. Remember how spring used to be the romantic comedy season because everybody was going out for Valentine's Day, dating, going to prom, and doing all of that cute shit. Now that they've moved hero movies up to start in March,
hero movies just start all the time. They never
exactly.
stop.
They never fucking end nowadays. But like summer movie season now starts in March. It's like that's springtime. That was supposed to be romantic comedy time.
The raunchy comedy and the romantic comedies themselves, you don't see much hardly at all.
100%. Judd Apatow, can you please make us something romantic and funny?
Well, he had his early 2000s to mid 2000 teens.
Exactly. That's what I said. I kind of missed the 2000 teens because there was a resurgence of it. Because remember, like romantic comedies did kind of get a little dead, kind of like around like the 2010s, kind of like the early 2010s. No, a little bit before that.
What are you talking about? Apatow was roaring during those.
Yeah, that he was ripping and roaring.
Started
actually, shit from the 80s all the way up to what 2019. There was never a gap in, yeah. It was just nothing but like good fucking romantic comedies, and they're just not there anymore. I was really hoping Honor Society was going to be a nice, cute romantic story, we never talked about Honor Society.
I loved it until I didn't.
Exactly.
I've never swung harder.
That last 15 minutes, it was like,
what the fuck just happened?
What? Hashtag why?
I was like, what kind of Shyamalan bullshit is this?
That's not the right? It felt Shyamalan.
Yeah.
It did. It felt very Shyamalan. Just because I'm a nerd doesn't mean I'm a good
Spoilers.
I don't give a fuck. Just because I'm a nerd doesn't mean I'm a good person. What the fuck? Whoever the fuck said that? Yeah. As if every fucking movie don't have some sort of evil genius who's also a scientist and was a nerd and was picked on, and that's why it's like, hello? We didn't need to know that just because you was a nerd, you wasn't a good person. That's what we have Snape for, nigga. We already had that point. Like, that's been proved. It was
just not.
The twist that we needed was him calling her out on her shit. Spoiler alert.
That would have been a different.
That would have been the twist that would have worked well with that story.
Yeah, because it causes her to grow as a character. She doesn't grow as a character.
She doesn't grow as a character.
Oh, fuck it. We spoiled enough. All the shit she does in that movie. It basically, to catch people up, because people are like, what the fuck is Honor Society? It's about a girl who wants to get a scholarship to Harvard.
Yes.
And she thinks she's in a running between like 3 other people. And she goes about trying to sabotage their chances of getting in.
Yes.
But in doing so, she accidentally betters all their lives.
Yes.
And everyone lives happily ever after.
Magically, everything always turns out well and peachy.
Yeah, but the problem is she never learns her fucking lesson.
She never learns her lesson about manipulating people's lives. She never has that good share moment.
No, she doesn't. She just, look how great she is. No, she did it with an evil intent.
Exactly.
It just happened to work out.
We needed that scene with Ty coming up to her and saying, you're a virgin who can't drive. We needed that. I felt like that's kind of what they were going for, giving us a little bit of that Jane Austen Emma. Here's this girl. She's got it all together. She's fixing everybody's lives, but like something's going to blow back on her. And the only thing that blows back on her is with good old Dusty Dustin.
Yeah.
Good old Dusty Dustin. And I was just like, it's just not making sense because even the blowback he got from her or she got from him, just because I'm a nerd doesn't mean I'm a good person. No, like have him be the smart one who called her out on all her manipulative shit.
Yeah, that could have really been a great case because like you could have made the case. He's like, you never got to learn who I was.
Exactly.
You just assumed I was this.
You just manipulated. You manipulated. Yeah, some shit turned out right, but you still can't be going around manipulating life. Bitch, you crazy?
Yeah, kind of like how Drew Barrymore got in Never Been Kissed. Yeah, she did it, but she lied to everybody. And everyone was like, what? That's
Exactly.
a great movie. I love that.
I love Never Been Kissed. Once again, romantic comedies. Where the fuck are they? Where are they? I want to laugh. I want to love. I want to cry. I want romantic comedies. That's what I want. That's what I want.
But I think we are running out of time.
No, we not. How much time we got?
I don't know. The clock stopped and I kept glancing at it.
That clock been saying 59 for like 59 minutes.
I know. Oh, shit.
I know. We said that we going to do a quick episode. Oops.
We get. But let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
The HBO Max, Discovery Plus, Warner Brothers fiasco.
Yes. That's some bullshit.
So if people don't know, over this past weekend, HBO Max has removed dozens of shows from Cartoon Network.
Yep.
And by removed, I mean scrubbed completely clean. The YouTube channels are gone. The tweets about them are gone.
Just erased any existence of the show.
Yeah, and so a lot of these shows were still being made. They were being worked on as we speak.
Absolutely.
And they've hid them away for tax reasons. And because of this exclusive deal they made with Cartoon Network, these shows are unavailable
anywhere else
besides piracy.
Anywhere else. There's been a conversation that's needed to be had in the community, and we've talked about it in terms of screenwriting. We've talked about this for years. How it is done with plays, you rent the play. You have a certain amount of time to get the play done. If you don't get it done, oh well, it goes back. The rights go back to the owner. We need to start having that conversation about creative content.
Yes.
Especially now that the apps are doing all these things where they're buying up stuff with exclusive deals. Okay, you can have it for this amount of time, but you can't bury it. And if you don't use it, oh well, it's going back to them.
I agree.
And somebody else can come rent it for some time.
I've never seen a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
Infinity Train, I've heard is great. And a lot of these shows, Uncle Grandpa I never saw.
They getting, I didn't know Uncle Grandpa was in a lot of people love Uncle Grandpa. Damn.
Yeah, these shows but I've heard they've got.
See, I thought I thought it was going to be shit like Moral Oral.
No.
You know.
But they've hid them away.
Some of the more esoteric
and they're gone
ones.
now. And they're literally scrubbed out of existence.
Yeah.
So what the hell do you do now?
What do you do?
Could you imagine if you put your fucking lifeblood?
I'd sue.
But you can't because it got. Yeah,
I'd sue.
You got it.
I don't care. I'll drag this shit out in the court case. It's not about winning. It's about embarrassing the fuck out of you so people start saying, why the fuck are you doing this? Yeah. Sometimes you just press the fight, even if you know you're going to lose, just to get people thinking about it and asking the conversations like, wait, why is this? Because it's a totally dangerous precedent.
It's gone forever.
Exactly. But no one else can get their hands on it. No one can buy it so they can stream it somewhere, which means the only way that you can get it is through piracy. And all these apps have this set up there. It's like, piracy is not a victimless crime. I'm like, yeah, but if you make it so that the content can't be shown anywhere else because you don't want to pay the writers royalties and shit, and you make it so that the only way people can get it is through piracy, you're the one who set it up for the crime.
Yeah.
I'd sue the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to be paid in a bag of money with
a big bag of money with the dollar sign so everybody knows. Look at all this money I got, y'all.
It's wrapping it up. We just got the time to wrap it up.
We wrapping up?
We wrapping it up.
We closing out?
Yep.
Okay.
I knew we should have brought a big bag of money for him.
We should have big ass bag of money.
All right,
could have been 2 hours. We didn't talk about shit.
All right. Oh, shit.
What?
Oh, it started. I thought it's an hour and a half. I was like, oh, God.
No. It's letting us know how many minutes we got.
Okay. Well, anyways, my name's Rhino.
My name is... one last little shout out. Because I went to Temecula last weekend and I got to see my little cousin Kyle and Joseph in the Technicolor coat. And I just want to say the play was absolutely freaking amazing. He had his own solo. He came out singing his song. He's been doing the vocal training and just like really, really, really been improving it. So shout out to you, cousin Kyle. I know you watching. I absolutely love the play. You were amazing. I can't wait to see the DVD. I've been walking around work singing the goddamn song.
Okay.
One less play.
We don't have the rights to that. We don't have the rights to that song.
Oh, we don't have the rights to that song.
All right, we gotta go.
But I'm gonna sing
Bye,
it anyways. Love y'all. We out.